How's it going, guys? This is FabDab17 bringing you another FIFA 17 experiment video, and today's experiment is going to be an experiment that it's been far from the other experiments we've done. We're going to track back to 1999 to 2000 in the English leagues and in the Premiership and in the Championship and a bit of League One. Basically, what I've done is I've put the teams that were in the Premiership in that year back into the Premiership, see what the heck happens these days, and see just see what happens, and which, you know, obviously from them a lot of teams have went downhill, and a lot of teams have stayed quite similar. It's just there's a few surprises in there, and as you can see, this is the Premiership as it looked in 1999 to 2000. You've got AFC Wimbledon, who are in League 2 currently. You've got Coventry City, I think, in League 1, Bradford City, you've got Sheffield Wednesday, and yeah, there's a few teams that you just don't see in the Premiership these days, and there's a few teams that are regulars. You got United, your Chelsea, your Liverpool, your Arsenal still. But we'll go to the Championship now, because it'll be interesting to see how the Championship, what happens in that as well. And we've got Blackburn still in the Championship, maybe not for long. You've got Manchester City in the Championship, which is probably like you're expecting them to absolutely storm the Championship, because unlike 1999 to 2000, the teams have changed a bloody awful lot. So it's going to be interesting, and that's the Championship. Let's have a quick look at League 1. Obviously, I can't get it 100% because some teams are not on the game anymore, but I've got as close as what I could get it. And it's going to be really interesting. I'm going to give it a few season sims, and at the end of each season, I'm going to get back, see what's happened, and it'll be interesting to see if any of the like AFC Wimbledons or any other teams can actually stay up. I imagine that would be a miracle if AFC Wimbledon stayed up. But we're going to get into the first season sim now, but before we do, make sure to give it a thumbs up or sub. It'll be massively appreciated. Any of these FIFA 17 experiment ideas you've got, drop them down in the comments, and I'll see if I get around to doing them. And yeah, let's get cracking on with the video. I'll see you guys in a second. Yeah. So the first season has been sim, guys. I'm in the French league, as you probably can tell, just so I don't interfere with anything or mess anything up in the league. And yeah, what am I expecting from this first season sim? I haven't seen any of it. We're definitely expecting City to get back into the Premiership, that's for sure. AFC Wimbledon to get relegated. Who else was in the Premiership? Yeah, the weaker teams basically to get relegated, and it'll be interesting to see actually if there's any surprises in there. But let's not waste any more time. Let's find out now. Right, so let's get into the league table now. Other leagues. Let's look at the Premiership. Right, we're one off the Premiership now. Let's look at the Premiership, and then we'll look at the Championship as well. So, any surprises? Let's see. United have won the league as expected. Chelsea second, Arsenal third, Spurs fourth. So that's as we expect, you know, big teams. AFC Wimbledon relegated, Coventry City relegated, Bradford City relegated. So 3 teams that obviously are not there now, but were there in 2000, have been relegated. They've got 23, 25 and 29 points. So, you know what? Considering like AFC Wimbledon are in League 2, they got 6 wins. It's not, you know, it's not the worst thing I've seen. You know, they only got 25 points, I know, but they're in League 2. Leeds and Derby have done a bit of a shot. They've quite comfortably stayed up in 14th and 13th with 43 and 40 points. So that's pretty good going. And so they got Leeds got 13 wins, Derby got 11 wins, and Sheffield Wednesday as well, 16th. So they've stayed up. So no major surprises in there. But let's look at the Championship now. As expected, City have dominated it, winning 37, lost 2 and drew 7. West Brom second, Norwich third, Brighton fourth, so I can't see any surprises there so far. Let's have a look who's got relegated. Wait, does that mean... I think... Did 4 get relegated in Championship? 3, I'm not too sure. But Portsmouth, I think... Is it 4 or 3? Give me a second, guys. Right, so I've just looked. It's 3 that get relegated in Championship. So would you believe it? Freaking Portsmouth, League 2 Portsmouth managed to stay up in the Championship. Fair play to them. Barnsley, Crewe Alexandra and Grimsby Town got relegated. And I'm going to just say that's very different to what happened in 2000. If I remember right, Barnsley finished 3rd or 4th in the year 2000. So, you know, obviously time makes a lot of difference, and it's clearly done in this case as well. And Barnsley are going back down. Swindon Town 20th. No major surprise there. Look at League One. Nothing much has changed here, obviously, apart from Crystal Palace, Swansea, all the Premiership teams. Nothing surprising there. All the teams you expect to dominate have dominated. And yeah. So it was a very interesting first season, really. No major surprises. Maybe a few minor surprises with some teams staying up, like some of the worser teams. But, you know, let's find out what happens now in the second season when some teams have got promoted, some teams have got relegated. So let's see. I'll see you guys after the second season. Finally, the second season has been simmed, and after we've seen the results of the second season, I'm going to show you the results of in real life the 1999 to 2000 seasons over the leagues, and we can have a look together through what's massively changed and yeah, how different it is to these results we're seeing. So yeah, let's get into this now. So City are in the Prem now from promotion to the Championship. I think United won the Premiership, and it wasn't no surprise at the top, but a few teams did manage to stay up in the Premiership. So let's have a look now, see if there's any surprises in the second season that's been simmed. Right, so we're one off now, England. So let's have a look. Right, no surprises at the top there. Sheffield Wednesday kind of finishing mid-table. That's a bit of a shock. They finished 14th with 40 points. Which is considered like if you get 40 points, you're considered safe in most people's eyes. Derby finished 20th, didn't quite get as low points as what they did last time they were in the Premiership, but they got relegated in 20th. Leeds got relegated as well. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it pretty much. So apart from that, the only team that's managed to stay up is Sheffield Wednesday, and pretty much everything else is you know, as you would expect. City finished in 8th, which is not a good season, but let's have a look at the Championship. Right, the Championship. Wimbledon got relegated, so they did back-to-back relegations to AFC Wimbledon. Swindon Town got relegated, Portsmouth got relegated, so literally no shocks there. Charlton mid-table, and promoted Crystal Palace, Swansea and Hull, so you know, Premiership all around that. They've got promoted, so no major shocks, to be honest with you guys. Let's look at League One. Stoke have won League One. Burnley second, Bournemouth third. No shocks there either. Let's quickly go back to the Premiership. So maybe the biggest surprise was the fact that Sheffield Wednesday managed to stay up in the Prem in the 2 seasons. And that's not a big shock, but you know, everything as expected really. But now that we've done 2 seasons simmed with what the Premiership table used to look like, remember obviously the big difference here is the players are a lot different now than what they were in 1999 to 2000. But now we're going to look at what actually happened in real life in the table, and we're going to talk about, you know, things that happened in this year and yeah, talking points. So yeah, I'll see you guys at that now. Right guys, so as I've just said, let's see what happens in real life in the Premiership in 1999 to 2000, and let's see how different it is from the results we've just seen. Obviously, there's a massive difference in the players, but let's see the difference now. And here you can see the table from 14th of May 2000, so the 1999 to 2000 season, and United at the top there, winning by quite a bit, 18 points in the end. And you can see Leeds did very well. Leeds finished 3rd. And just to compare that with what we just seen in this FIFA 17 experiment, Leeds finished 13th, so quite a drastic change, 10 places. And what else have we got here? We've got Coventry in 14th. And Coventry in this finished 20th, so a massive difference. They finished bottom of the pile in the FIFA 17 experiment. Apart from that though, apart from Leeds being 3rd, it's quite similar positions for the team at the bottom like Wimbledon, Sheffield Wednesday and Bradford. But at the top it's changed quite, it's changed a little bit. You've got a few teams there like Aston Villa doing the Championship now. And a few other minor changes, but nothing too drastic. Obviously the winners and stuff change around over the years. But considering this was like 17 years ago, it's not too different. But yeah, we're going to look at the top goal scorers in a second as well from this year. And we'll see if we can recognise any of the top goal scorers. And here's the top goal scorers now. We've got Phillips from Sunderland, who scored 30 goals. I'm not even quite sure who that is. We've got Alan Shearer, Newcastle, 23 goals. Dwight York from United, 20 goals. Cole as well from United with 19. Obviously, you've got Henry up there. Di Canio, who's gone into management. And it's just quite interesting looking at all these now and seeing what I'm thinking anyway is thinking from the time we're at now, in another 17 years time, what on earth would happen? Like, would there be more of a drastic change in the Premiership table? Obviously, like a big difference, City were in the Championship at this time, and then they got rich owners and they become title challengers. So it'll be interesting to see if that happens again in the future. And if you want me to do a FIFA 17 experiment, seeing what happens in 10 years or maybe 15 years, I'm not quite sure which one yet, then let me know as well. And it'll be interesting to see if there's anything drastic that changes. Maybe, you know, a top club in the Premiership might end up in like League One. You just don't know. And in real life as well, what do you reckon will happen over these years? Because looking back at this, it shows you that, you know, it didn't change massively, but things can change quite a lot. And even looking at top goal scorers there, some of them have got, well, I can see Di Canio's gone into management, and just, you know, you never know what's going to happen in football. So let me know down in the comments what your opinions on this is, and let me know if you want to see that video, 10 years in the FIFA 17 experiment. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. A thumbs up or sub would be massively appreciated, and put notifications on to always be notified when a new video goes up, and make sure to join me in my next video. Peace, bye bye.